Morning. Brighton. I know we're always at Brighton. Stop going on about it.
This is quality caravan vlogging.
Friday, just before the bank holiday in May, early May. Yes, I know we're always at Brighton, but we like it here. It's those of you that come to Brighton on a regular basis, or in fact have ever been, I know a few of you complain about it, but the entry road has been tarmacked. It's like, honestly, it's like driving on a smooth bit of tarmac. No, so it's good. So, and the speed bumps just round the corner, they've been made like tiny little ones rather than like the size of a house. Anyway, updates from me. Car first. As you may know, we had problems with the battery, and we went to Bakewell. We broke down near Chesterfield, which was a bit of a nightmare to say the least. Well, we was doing shopping for this trip at Alda. No, that's a heating, isn't it? Aldi. We went to Aldi, did some shopping, got the food for the trip, back to the car, went to start the car. Didn't start. Tried again. Absolutely dead. Couldn't even lock the car. No dash lights. Absolutely nothing. I do have one of those, you know, those Noco battery booster things. You may well have one yourself. Well, I had one when we had the car nicked. Unfortunately, it was in the boot, so I bought a new one, and it's in the boot of this car. What I didn't realise is when the battery goes absolutely dead, you can't open the boot. So I had it under the floor, so I couldn't get it. So I had to call Mayday again for the second time. I've never, in 40 years of driving, I hope it's not too windy, 40 years of driving, I've never had to call the RAC, no recovery service. But in the last 3 weeks, I've had to call them twice. So green flag came out, jump started the car, had a look at it, said, he said, this guy had been an AA, worked for the AA for like 30 years. He said it won't be the car. He said these cars, they just don't go wrong. But he's like 38,000 miles. He said it can do 380,000 miles. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was using poetic license there, but it won't be the car. He said absolutely won't be. Something wrong with the battery. He jump started the car. I got home. Next day, rang AA battery assist again and said, look, this is getting beyond a joke. You're going to have to come round, either replace it or do something. So the guy came round, had a look. You know, I'm in an RN having a look. You see, after about 10 minutes of looking, he said, it's the car, it's definitely the car, mate. I've checked, the battery's fine, I've done a test on it, no problem with it. It's definitely something wrong with the car. I went, oh Jesus. I said it was fine with the old battery. We had no problems at all. This battery's gone in, so are you saying it's a coincidence? He went, well, I guess so. Sorry, where was I? I was just interrupted there. Yeah, so I said the AA guy was saying it's definitely the car, Then looked again in the car, and he said, "Oh my God!" I thought, I'm not asking you what. I'm not going to say anything. He said, "Oh my God." I'm not going to say anything. So the third time he said, "Oh my God." So of course I had to say, "What? Have you found something?" And he was like, "Have a look at this." So he moved out, and I looked, because the battery's under the under the driver's seat in these cars. There's another story. So when he showed me the earth connector that bolts to the chassis was just undone. It was just loose, flapping in the wind. He said, "There's your problem." He said, "Whoever fitted this?" I said, "Well, it's one of your colleagues, mate." So anyway, did the earth strap up, and coming down there, it's been absolutely fine. That's that resolved. So what I'm going to do now is put up a canopy. I'm going to try out the old Peggy Pegs. At the moment it's a bit overcast. As you can see, it's pretty empty on site. The warden said there's 90 people turning up today, Friday. So I'm going to put the canopy out, as this afternoon it'll get warmer, and, well, not warmer, a bit sunnier, but Saturday and Sunday are meant to be quite nice as well. So that's good, and we're here till going Monday. So I've got to get the locks on, put the canopy up, and I'll show you the Peggy Pegs. What I will say about the old lock, the EMP levelling, this pitch looks fairly level where we are. I mean, you know, if I would have driven on there, I would have thought it was quite level. But have a look at the old, well, it's done with the wheels. I mean, the wheels are very nearly, not quite, but very nearly off the ground. So it just shows you, doesn't it? Like I said, I think if you follow me for a while, you'll know that last year we was on a CL site, Severall's Farm, I think it's called. It's sort of in Essex. Well, it's not sort of in Essex, it is in Essex. And I was using the Lock and Level, the old black bags, which are great, by the way. They will be for sale soon. Stay tuned. So basically all I had to do was basically just run over the Lock and Level, and that little bit of height, I didn't really need to inflate it very much. That little bit of height made it level. The thing is, it's not if the pitch is drastically unlevel where EMP comes into its own. It's where it's like this, it's only slightly level, where you've got to go through all the hassle getting blocks out or ramps or whatever just to bring it up maybe 3 centimeters. And if you've been in an unlevel caravan, you'll know what a pain in the neck it is. If you just feel like you're on a boat, you're kind of like, oh, it's bloody nerve to this side, and tin of beans are rolling up, you know what it's like, and the sinks won't drain and stuff like that. All that good stuff that we don't like. Anyway, enough talking. Let's unravel the canopy. By the way, it's our friend's caravan there. He's got the I'll have a quick look. He's just popped out. I'll have a quick look. You won't mind. He's got the Fiamma that we've got there, but he's got the zip privacy room. Very nice. We watched him put it up. Didn't want to interfere, but it was fairly straightforward. Pretty good. So it's pretty much the same canopy as ours, but they've got zips on the edge of the canopy itself to enable you to zip sides on. But of course, ours isn't the zip, which is why I'm talking about while I'm looking at the Omnistore bolt-on ones that bolt on the top. I think, as I said in last vlog, see here, I'm using the awning rail for this. So if we've got the porch awning, I can't use it. I have to take it off, and I can't take it off because I haven't got these bloody exits there. I've got to go all the way down here, which means you have to unravel it partially. Anyway, I've been through all that. But if I got one that bolted to the roof, I could use the canopy, use the porch awning still. Anyway, let's get on with the canopy. Oh, and another thing, I must be in for some serious amount of luck. Look at this. Let's get the old dry sparkle out later.
This is quality caravan vlogging.
Straightforward. Just unzip it and unravel it, that's it really. So at the end here, you've got the legs that are in here. So take those out of both sides and then put it up, that's it. I'll go back to a time lapse.
This is quality caravan vlogging. Quality caravan vlogging.
Right, so I need to be relatively quickly doing this because the wind is picking up a little bit. So I've got these little plates here. And then just basically bung a peg in each hole. So I've got the old Peggy Pegs, bang in, screw out. Let's have a look to see how well they go into the Brighton hardcore. Ow, shit. First problem, not only did I just hit my hand, these won't go in any further than that ridge there. Thing is, although they're aluminium, they are very good. That one's gone in there, and I think, although it's wobbling there, you can see you'll definitely hold it. The problem is that's a little bit too wide. Now I'm not using the mate's got the Peggy Peg ones of these. Obviously they go in, whereas these don't. have to be honest, they're not ideal for this application. One of the pegs should go through here, through that and through there, just so that this don't wobble around. As you can see, it just come out. So I'll have to use another peg for that, which is not a problem really. But they've gone in okay. I have to be honest, they ain't going to come out. So I'm just going to stick one of my other pegs just through that. The foot of the arm here has got a hole in it, which enables you to pin it to the ground there, which I'll do with this one peg. And that holds it. They ain't going anywhere. Worked in pretty strong winds in France, so I've got no issue. Now I have got a centre rafter which goes in there, and it kind of adds some more support to that, so you don't get water pooling, although you do sometimes. Well, actually I've forgotten, we've got 3 rafter support things, so you can stick one at this end, one in the middle, and then one at that end, and that really does kind of give it the extra support. Let's have a go there. So it's in the hole. I'll probably tighten it a bit more. So there you go, that's up now. It's relatively easy. These poles are a bit of a pain, getting them the right way, undoing them and doing them up the right way. So there's one there, one in the middle, and I've got to put one on the end. So that keeps the roof fairly taut. Rain still could pool on there if it's heavy rain, but heavy rain shouldn't really keep it up, I guess. But got it sloping at one end, so that if the rain does come, it all comes off this end rather than by the door. Peggy Pegs in place. Do you know what? I'm actually impressed with them, and like I said last week, they were expensive, and I paid for them. It's not sponsored, so it is my honest opinion. Well, it would be anyway, but I was in the middle of telling you what a sterling job I'd done with the awning, and the battery ran out. So I'll tell you again. So I've got the rafters up, one there and one in the middle there, so that just gives the roof a bit more tension. We've got to put one on the end here. Watched the vlog, someone commented from Australia, commented on the vlog last week, talking about Australians and kind of what they do with canopies and that, and I saw one guy, they had these rafters like that, but they were kind of arched like that, so you put them in and it kind of puts even more tension on the roof, which look really good. I don't know if you can get them in this country. So there's the roof. So that's reasonably, I think, reasonably taut. I mean, the reason for that is so that you don't get water pooling underneath here. I think it's brightening up, although it is raining just at the moment. So again, old Peggy Pegs, very pleased with them actually. Although they are aluminium, and I was thinking it might be a bit like using a tin foil as a peg, they were surprisingly strong and went in. I had the problem with the size of these holes, but again, Peggy Pegs do their own version of that. That's a Fiamma one. So, oh, water's running off nicely. Bit of, I want to say oxidisation, but I've got no idea what that means. A bit of that went on, so I sprayed it with the old WD-40 because I use that for everything these days, and that's fine. So yeah, 3 rafters, 2 rafters up, third one to go up, Peggy Pegs down, and all done. That's right, it. That's it for this vlog. You see me put the canopy up, hurrah me, and Peggy Pegs, thumbs up from me. I think I might invest in some more. Certainly those plates where I had trouble getting the Peggy Pegs in, although the straight peg that I used worked perfectly okay on Brighton hard pitches. Now they used to be a nightmare. I think they must have done something to them. One last thing here. We've noticed the last couple of trips the waste container hasn't been getting full of water, so I've blamed it on the waste pipe of wisdom, as you do. So I've used this other one, and still the same issue. Now I noticed earlier when Mandy was having a shower, I was out here and I could hear water, and just between here where you see the leg, the support for the EMP, I saw water pouring out of there. So I think we've had a little bit of a disconnect under there. I think maybe things had to be rerouted when they put the EMP levelling on. So I'm gonna, when we get home, I'll use the EMP to raise this side up and have a look underneath. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you want to get some more content from me. There's a little bell that you can press that will send you a reminder when I release new videos, usually on a Sunday. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
This is quality caravan vlogging.